What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about cylinder deactivation on my 2023 F150. I did say in the one video when I did buy it, or when we did the exhaust, I don't remember what video it was, that I would talk about how to deactivate the cylinder deactivation. This is not really much of a permanent solution. I mean, you probably now, I don't even know, you probably now could get it tuned out. But these are free ways how to do it. On a stock truck, you probably won't even notice it. Because when the truck was stock and stock exhaust, I didn't even know it had cylinder deactivation until I put the exhaust on and heard it for the first time. Because if you haven't seen any of the other videos, it has a 4-inch MBRP exhaust on it with a 5-inch tip, and then I deleted the muffler and put a straight pipe in. So when it goes into cylinder deactivation, it drones really bad. And I'm talking really bad. It honestly, for being a straight pipe, it's loud inside, but it's not drony. But when the cylinder deactivation kicks in, it gets like super deep and it just makes it drone really bad inside, which I'm not a fan of. Now there's a couple different ways you can actually do this. So I'm gonna try to set up the GoPro on the back of the truck to try to get a video of the cylinder deactivation so you can hear it, because I haven't really found any good videos on YouTube showing what it sounds like. So I'm gonna try to find a place to put my GoPro on there and see if we can get it on video. You can hear the difference, because with the straight pipe it's pretty noticeable. At least it is in person. So I'm hoping the GoPro will pick it up. I might even try to put the camera in the cab and see if you can kind of hear it, because it honestly sounds like a misfire more than anything. I think that's why it drives me nuts the most. Otherwise you don't really feel it. I mean, when I was talking with stock, I didn't even notice it was kicking in the 4-cylinder mode. It's just once you put the straight pipe on, you can physically hear it, but you still don't really feel it a lot. So let's get the GoPro put on and see if we can get it caught on video and what it sounds like. Alright, so I got the GoPro stuck on the bumper. Hopefully the angle's good to try to get sound without too much wind. And then I got my little safety cable hooked up to catch it if the suction decides to let go. But we're going to try to get the sound of the cylinder deactivation first, and then I'll show you how to disable it. Alright, right now you can hear the truck's in 4-cylinder mode. I'll give it a little gas, you'll hear it switch out. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I don't know if this camera's picking up. I'm hoping the GoPro is. Traffic, of course, is driving super freaking slow. This is a 55 zone and we're doing freaking 49. There's 4-cylinder mode. There, went into 8. You can hear it switch. I don't know if the camera's picking it up though. I'm really hoping it is. Alright, so I set the tripod up. I'm gonna see if I can try to get it from the outside with the camera driving by. I don't know if it's gonna work, if I can get it to pop into 4-cylinder mode. Sometimes it does it really easy, and sometimes it kind of fights me a little bit, but I think I can get her. So let's see if we can get her from the outside. Alright, so I hope I was able to get it on camera good enough where you guys can actually hear the difference. I've heard it's very hard to get it on camera because I know I've seen a few videos where people try to get it on camera, but just you can't. So being a straight pipe, I'm hoping you can hear it, but let's get to how we can deactivate it. So on the F150, they have different drive modes that you can choose from. They have normal, tow haul, they have eco, sport mode, and then there's slippery, deep snow, sand, and mud ruts. So oops, I don't want to do that. So from what I can tell, normal, it'll throw on and put on cylinder deactivation. So if you switch it over to tow haul, it'll actually disable cylinder deactivation. I've been driving around with this for like a month. Pretty much since I bought the truck, I've been driving it on tow haul and sport mode to shut off cylinder deactivation because I hate how it sounds. So tow haul, it'll shut off cylinder deactivation and it shuts off the auto start stop. This will also shut off if you put it in sport mode, but it also puts it in 4-wheel drive. So if you want to put it in 2-wheel drive, you just gotta re-click this and then it goes back into 2-wheel drive and you're in sport mode in 2-wheel drive. I kind of hate that it automatically puts it into 4 high or 4 auto. Drives me nuts, honestly. Jesus. So that's usually why I resort to tow haul, because I kind of hate having to put it in 2-wheel drive every time. It's kind of annoying, and it automatically does the switch and then you got to switch it back. I don't think it's great for the 4-wheel drive to constantly do that every time I drive the truck. Granted, I don't know if it really makes a difference on these or not, but I just feel like tow haul is a better option. It kind of does higher shifts, so it sounds a little better when you're driving. I guess sort of sport mode, but you do get a little less fuel mileage in sport mode and in tow haul, so you will lose a little fuel mileage if you do that rather than normal mode. But you also have eco, that it'll keep the cylinder deactivation on and it'll keep this auto start stop on, I believe, which maybe not, because I just switched this eco and it stayed off. I don't know, I switched back to eco again and it stayed still on. I don't know about the auto start stop, but eco should have the deactivation feature along with normal mode will have that. I believe slippery, deep snow and sand, and mud rut shuts off the deactivation as well, because I did put it in them just to test to see what they were like, and they were all more. This is, I think if I remember, it puts it in more of a, it puts it in 4 auto, and if I remember right, it drives a little bit differently. It doesn't really, it's not a fuel saving mode, so I think it shuts it off. I drove around with it a little bit, but not very much to really know 100%, but I believe it shut off in that mode. In deep snow and sand and in mud ruts, I know for sure it shut off because it drives way differently. It drives like it should, like you would in mud or sand or something. It keeps the higher RPMs, and it drives more aggressively, I guess, if that's probably the best way to put it, rather than, like I said, trying to save fuel mileage. So my go-to, like I said, is tow haul. I think it drives the best in tow haul for normal day driving. If you want to just shut off the auto start stop and shut off the cylinder deactivation. Yeah, that's really the only way I can figure out how to shut off the cylinder deactivation as of right now, other than maybe tuning it, but I'm probably not going to tune this truck, at least not for a while. On some trucks, by unplugging this little connector off the battery, seems to disable the cylinder deactivation. On my truck, it does not work. I did watch a video where a guy unplugged this and the cylinder deactivation shut off and his auto start stop. I do it, I get a battery light, and it still does the auto starts, or I don't know if it does the auto start stop. It still does do the cylinder deactivation. So I guess if you have maybe a little older truck, it does work, but on my 23, unfortunately, unplugging this does not work. Yeah, because you unplug it off the battery, and it's the only one that's on the battery. That's unpluggable. So, as of right now, the only thing that I can think of, or find, to shut off the cylinder deactivation that I know works, is changing it into tow haul, or any of those other modes, other than eco and normal. Those I have tested. I have driven around in sport and in tow haul pretty much since I owned the truck, because I put the exhaust on it like instantly, and I just hate how it sounds in normal, so I always put it in sport or tow haul, and it doesn't do it in those modes. So I do know for sure those work. I've been doing it for a month, and they've been working great. So if you're wondering, you put an exhaust in your truck and you're wondering how to shut that off, put it in a different drive mode. Like I said, you might get a little bit worse fuel mileage, but it shuts off that very annoying cylinder deactivation. So I don't know, I think it's more fun to drive in tow haul in sport mode because it runs a little higher RPM, sounds a little bit better. Just my opinion, but there you have it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.